Welcome to my YouTube channel and blog. I'm Jenny Hall. Thanks for joining me for another card making tutorial. Today I have a very quick Valentine's Day card project. This is going to be using the Barnyard Babies stamp set for just a little bit of a different purpose. There's lots of different occasions you can purpose these animals for. I'm starting off with a card base, and it is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches made of thick whisper white. All of the measurements for this project are up in the right hand corner written on the post-it, and I'll also have them in the video description. Here is a piece of pink pirouette cardstock, and I'm also using pink pirouette ink. And I found the little piggy image would be just right for making something a little bit different. This is not really typical of my card style making, but then again it is. It's a clean and simple card, and I'm just kind of using a tone-on-tone look. So the pink pirouette ink on the pink pirouette cardstock is a nice kind of a background, like make your own background kind of look. I am not really sure at this point how I'm going to come about stamping the hogs and kisses. I have a couple of different ideas, and I thought I would just kind of run with it and see what happens. I am going to try to keep them in a line, but as you guys know, I am the worst at straight stamping than there has ever been. So this is not really working out the way I wanted it to. Sometimes a card project works well and sometimes it doesn't. So that's the great thing about being able to flip the paper over and start stamping again. And you have another opportunity to have a success with your stamping. This is the soft suede ink. And the little image that says Hogs and Kisses is just too cute to not use on a Valentine's Day card. At this point, I decided to just randomly put the words anywhere on this piece of white paper. It's not, they're not going to be in any specific pattern at all. I just wanted them to all be upright and not be like flipped upside down where you would have to turn your head to read it. That way they can be in a random order, and I'll be able to add a little something to fill in a little bit later. So here I have added about as much as this little piece of cardstock can handle, and I'm going to place it in the rest of the project. I'll be using liquid glue to adhere some of the components in this project today. The reason I chose liquid glue over snail adhesive is that the frame between the pink and the brown cardstock is very thin. I wanted it to be able to push a little bit, and what I can do different with liquid glue than I can with the snail adhesive is I can have just about 3 seconds of moving the glue, the paper with the glue, before it stops and stays into place. This is like so much glue on the pink cardstock that it started running out because I was moving the cardstock. So at this point, you may see that I have my project sticking down to the grid paper, and this was a fresh piece of grid paper I started my project with, and I messed it up completely and got so much glue on it that every time I put down this unit for the card that it sticks to the grid paper. Crazy. Here are some subtle enamel shapes, and they are also in pink pirouette. And I thought these little hearts would serve the purpose very easily of filling in a little bit of the white space and kind of balance out the tone between the pink. I didn't want to only have pink in this one cardstock area, so I brought it to the middle. I just used some hand sanitizer on my hands to get some of that crazy glue off, and I ended up making more of a mess with the hand sanitizer than I did with having sticky fingers. So I left this video kind of as a ridiculous moment. I want you guys to all see that we all have our crazy times, and there are days when nothing will go the way we want them to go. And I am not immune to that either. So you'll see that I had not just a glue fiasco, but I had a hand sanitizer fiasco as well. And I'm going to end up wrestling with this bow, and I end up moving it to a different part of the card than I started off with. Pardon me. Sometimes it's easier for me in bows if I leave a little bit of the slack area and then just go on the inside and tighten up the extra amount of twine so that I can kind of like make it secure on the inside of the project. And what that'll do is it'll allow it's not that noticeable, and it'll allow the ribbon to be more taut on the front of the card. So I'll just put a little jiggle there on the inside. It really won't be noticeable, and I can always cover it up with a lining on the inside of the card. I like white baker's twine because it goes on so many different projects. It's very versatile, and it's an easy way to add a little bit of texture to a project that would otherwise leave a little interest. Thank you for joining me for another card making tutorial. I invite you over to my blog at jennystampsup.com, and there you'll find daily card making inspiration. We'll see you in the next video.
Hi, my name is Trip. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.